You're finished.
Yeah, we're finished. This is the final day. We'll be touching up a few little things where the brushes get really small today. We have little brushes that we'll just touch up tiny little areas, and we'll sign our name. Took down the scaffolding a couple hours ago. So this is 7 weeks of painting finishing up today.
Do you keep track of hours, that kind of thing?
No, I should. If I was a better business person, I probably would do that, but no.
To do something like this that is so lasting, and now you've got a couple of these around town in real prominent spots.
Yeah, it's neat. And you know, it's funny, Ted. I think of it the opposite. I think of it not as a permanent thing. I think of it, it's you know, in 10 years this will be pretty faded because it gets a lot of sun, and then eventually somebody will paint over it. So I guess I don't think of it that way. I think of it more as a temporary thing.
Still, though, as a painter, to do something like this, and for somebody who's so connected to Fredericksburg like you are, this is a cool thing.
This is cool, yeah. This one of the things that appealed to me was the spot. I mean, this really is the heart of downtown. So there's a little bit of a risk, you know, putting a mural right here. It's got to be pretty good. Everybody's going to see it. And the funny thing is about being an artist too, everybody's a critic, you know. So and everybody can tell, you know, I really like that or that really stinks. So by putting it down here, you know, you have to be a little confident, or that it's going to appeal to somebody, and people will like it, hopefully.
Last year you worked around brackets. This year you work around some pipes and just some utility things coming into the building. Yeah,
it's interesting is when with the initial planning of the mural, which we started almost a full year ago, I have to measure out and figure out where all those things are. Like the pipe, you can see the pipe that runs right up the middle. You know, I planned the mural so that that pipe would be right there. One way or the other, it would have affected a lot more, whether the hand or the people to the left. You can barely see it. Actually, see that bricked in window there? There was actually 2 of those in the mural. Now, before they bricked it in, it actually recessed about 12 inches. And we thought we were going to have to paint that, but we luckily, the owner of the building hired a mason to come and kind of flatten those out. That helps. So unfortunately, there's a little seam right in the guy sitting down's face, Xavier Richardson's face, right at his eyeglasses. That unfortunately that was there, but yeah, those are all things you got to work out. If you get there's a really neat close-up. I don't think you can see it, but there's all these electrical wires, mostly phone wires, I think, that we have to paint, which is kind of interesting.
I guess the bees there, yellow jackets for JM?
Yeah, that's right. James Monroe High School's mascot is the yellow jacket, so we put the yellow jackets on there. Everything on there has got some significance to Fredericksburg. We're not sure exactly yet, but we're going to have some online presence where you can go and read about why everything is on there. Everything took a little thought. You know, we talked about a lot of things and what we wanted and what we didn't want. And one of the last things we're doing this morning is we're putting some of the logos on the bags. And of course, we couldn't put any shops on there because then the other shops would say, hey, what about us? So we went with the college. FAM is Fredericksburg Area Museum. And Sophia's putting the final touches on her husband's business, which is the one's paying for this. Her husband's a surgeon and has a orthopedic surgery place.
A little extra pressure putting people up that are that know you and are well known, because I guess somebody could come and say that doesn't look like him or her.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, painting people is not that hard. Painting portraits are hard because you're right. You got to get the likeness right, and as big as they are, when you're painting them, you can't really see them, so you got to get down and look at them. Because there are 4 well-known people, not only a lot of the community tell us, you know, that looks good or that doesn't look so good. All 4 people have actually been down here while we were painting it, and so far so good. Everybody seemed to like it.
Any thoughts on the next mural?
We have a couple. We talked to a few people that like this, that are close to here, that want us to do one. The ability to paint outdoors is over. We won't be able to paint outdoors till next year.
Yeah.
So we'll have the whole winter, fall and winter and spring to kind of plan what that'll be. But I have a feeling we'll be out here next summer, even though I said this was my last one. It might not be. There's a sense of accomplishment when you sign your name. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if I came back tomorrow and I saw something that I messed up on, but there is a sense of like, okay, this is over, and I feel good about it. Because I generally wouldn't sign it unless I felt pretty good about it.
Well, it puts all the work put into this. It is to say, hey, I did this.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So you know, hopefully you're proud of it, and you want people to know that you did it. So yeah, that's a big part of it.